Whatever happened on this mountain scared trained hikers more than freezing to death. These weren't amateurs, they were experienced. Prepared, used to extreme conditions. In February 1959, 9 young hikers set out across the Ural Mountains in Russia. They were confident enough to camp on an exposed slope in sub-zero temperatures. When they never returned, search teams went looking. Days later, they found the tent
Collapsed.
partially buried and completely abandoned. At first, the explanation seemed simple: a sudden storm, a panic response, a desperate escape into the night. But then investigators saw something that didn't fit. The tent hadn't been torn open from the outside. It had been cut open from the inside. Their footprints told an even stranger story. They led away from the tent calmly, not running, not scrambling, some without shoes, some without coats. That's when the first explanation fell apart. The bodies were later found scattered down the slope and into the forest. Several died from hypothermia, but others didn't. Some had massive internal injuries, crushed ribs, severe skull fractures, the kind usually caused by high-impact force. There were no external wounds, no signs of a fight, no avalanche powerful enough to explain it. And then another detail surfaced. Some of the clothing carried elevated radiation levels. Not enough to kill them, but enough to raise questions no one could answer. So if it wasn't a storm, and it wasn't an avalanche, what made them cut their way out of safety? Years later, investigators reopened the case. They didn't name a cause, they named a phrase: an unknown compelling force. Witnesses later reported strange orange lights in the sky that night. Military testing was taking place in the region. Others believe something else entirely was responsible. Those claims have never been proven. But one thing remains clear. Whatever happened on that mountain forced 9 experienced hikers to choose the freezing dark over the safety of their tent. What do you think scared them enough to leave? This is Shadow Frame, where shadows speak.